Hi, I'm Jay Prasad Krishnaraj. The presentation is about significance of Festival of Light. So, what is Festival of Light? Um, is AKA as well as Diwali, and why we celebrate Diwali? Because it's a part of our culture, and we can say it's been celebrated throughout the country in most of the culture, and one of the most celebrated cultural event throughout India, where it gives happiness, um, attached with beautiful feelings of memories, which gives each and every time I think about it, it gives a feeling of nostalgia, which makes us stand, uh, and happiness which couldn't explain in words. Uh, the next slide is going to about like why we celebrate. It's just a small history in a different perspective view that why we celebrate Diwali, and it's not a general presentation about it. It has some value in it. Um, So the reason I'm going to choose is because we lost the real meaning of Diwali, and we are celebrating in a way that without understanding it in my perspective view. The history behind it, we know, um, why we celebrate Diwali is because his Rama defeated one of the great king called Ravanan, who portrayed as a demon, a bad person. Because every story need to have a good person and a bad person, and the bad person need to get the and the bad person is the reason we need to get, and the bad person should have some badness in it, which makes us to dislike him. So that's how most of the story has been constructed. A good, a bad, the good goes, destroys the bad, and gets a goodness and comes back, and everyone celebrates. That's the reason for we celebrate Diwali. In southern and northern part of um, um, India, we celebrate. There are stories attached to it where Krishna destroys Nasra, and Lord Rama destroys, uh, kill the Ravan, and they celebrate because they won the war. Just to put in simple words. But the real reason we are celebrating is that a light, a single matchsticks that produce a light, able to fend off the darkness around us, provide you hope, uh, keep you safe. That's the reason we celebrate Diwali. And just a short history of who's Ravanan. Ravanan is a great person who has greater knowledge about music, war, a great strategist, a great musician, a scholar, who celebrated by most of the sages at that time. And Ravanan is not a demon. It's just a person who has 10 personalities within him, which made other persons to say 10 hits. So, um, he got his immortality from Lord Shiva's because of he able to remove his 10 feelings from his body itself, from his um, 10 feelings as a human, and he able to control to a such extent, gave him immortality, wish from Lord Shiva. And the way he got his name Lord Ravanan is because when he tried to lift Mount Everest, Lord Shiva pressed his the Mount Kailash and pressed the Mount Kailash, using his thumb, using his toe, where the Ravanan hand got stuck in it, which made him to roll so bad, gave him Ravanan. If you want to learn more about uh, Ravanan, there is a book called Ashura where it shows the back history of why is portrayed as a bad person. Um, where we can see the goodness behind it. So the story of Lord Rama and Ravana started with a simple, a real simple stuff, where his brother cut sister's nose. No, whoever did the same stuff to any other person would have would did the same thing by waging war or doing something to make them to hurt some that they did something bad. Raising a hand towards a girl is very bad, so try to keep that in your head. Uh, yes, of course. Uh, Diwali is fun-filled celebrations where we provide sweets, crackers, um, bus crackers, where whatever happens, conflict within the family, everyone comes together, speak. They literally forgot about the conflict and they enjoy, laugh, make food, share food. Um, they enjoy to an extent where happiness is being delivered to other persons. Hope, such as by providing sweets. Even with persons who are different culture, who doesn't celebrate Diwali, we provide sweets to them to make sure they are happy during that time too. So by bursting crackers and everything, we have feelings attached to it. Uh, I have a very great memories that we used to put crackers around the around my house, and what we do is we collect wrappers from different house and put in front of others house in front of my house to show that we bursted more crackers, kind of a prestige issue. So we do lots of crazy stuff during Diwali, which creates um, unwanted situations. But right now, when you turn back and see it attached with our memories, which gives happiness and feeling of nostalgic feeling, which couldn't be explained by words. So nice to think about it, and it's one of the greatest celebrations in fun-filled uh, time during the year. But uh, but while we are in time, while we are in kid time, we don't have enough knowledge regarding why we celebrate Diwali and what is contribution to. But uh, we are contributing to something called air pollution, which is huge while we're celebrating because the crackers that contains magnesium and nickel, which is harmful to air as well as which is needed for us to survive. Right now, as we see lots of smoke, the quality in air has been decreasing dramatically. So we can see lots of kids having problems such as asthma kind of stuff. So we are we are providing something bad to a next generation. So celebrate in a fruitful and reasonable way that we are not contributing something very harmful during the present time, such as which is important time for global which is during the time of global pollutions, that we are not contributing to it as a culture in the name of culture. So the main reason we are celebrating is being forgot in times as the time passes. The forgetfulness of one generation and the forgetfulness of another the ignorance of another generation for not asking why we are celebrating. The story has been attached to the fire, or um, the the fire has been attached to the stories because we know as a person a fire fends off darkness, give us hope, help us to be one of the greatest stuff that happened in human history is because of the discovery of fire lead to many stuff that able to defend us from animals uh, and in darkness survive in darkness, as well as one of the greatest stepping stones when you're able to control the fire for industrialization, which was a great stepping stone to a present technology. Without fire, nothing is possible. So that's why we worship Diwali. It's because of fire that produce light. combustion that happens to produce light. So the forgetfulness of one generation not saying why we are celebrating the root cause, and the ignorance of why asking not why. So I'm requesting each and every person to understand the culture of why we are celebrating Diwali, the main reason of celebration of Diwali, or any other event. Because without knowing the main reason, we are just taking the fun part and just enjoying. It might show that we want a culture, but we don't. The present generation, they don't know why. They just do it for fun without knowing the main reason. It shows the cultural appropriation that we don't have a proper understanding of it. So as I said before, fire is the main reason. So always think why we are celebrating and try to ask why, and celebrate in a way that it doesn't contribute something harmful. So to be part of to be part in a culture with a cultural rich and born in a cultural rich country, I'm proud of it, but at the same time, I want to make sure personally that we are not contributing something so harmful in the name of culture, which gives a bad reputation for our ancestors. As that the reason we burst crackers is because during during the back in times, we don't have proper current and electricities. So bursting of crackers fends off animals, because during culture time, people during this event times, there are some part of homes and culture, they have different rituals where they produce non-veg, prepare non-veg meals, and other good aroma food which attracts animal. The people who come to that eventful meetings or fun-filled events, the travel during the travel, it's dark, they may get attacked by animals. By bursting off crackers, it fends off the animals, produce light, and see what's in front of them. That's the main reason that's the main reason we burst crackers. It was told by my grandma that they burst crackers because to fend off animals during their times. Right now we are filled with, like, animals are going to extinctions, and we are in lights, uh, the sound produced by cars and everything, we are safe. So what's the purpose of bursting crackers? For fun? Yes, we do it for fun, but it's contributing to something called pollution. So try to minimize the effect of air pollutions in a way that doesn't give the next generation a worst lifestyle. So that's the main reason I took Diwali as the festival of light, and want to show you uh, the reason why we are celebrating Diwali. So um, we might have a good understanding of it. Um, so try to get the good stuff, remove the bad stuff from the culture, change according to the present situations. Make sure you pass your culture to the next generation so it's not been forgotten. So the without a culture attached to a person, it's we are just um, it removes something more important in our life. So always try to understand why we are following, why we are celebrating. Take the good stuff, remove the bad stuff, and say the whole story to the next generation with a proper reasoning, so they pass on to the next generation. Thank you and have a great day.